Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. So today is Wednesday, September the 4th, and I really thought that RDTE was coming out, and it did not. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm still planning on, if they ever launch it, to come in on inception date if I remember to check, and if not, I'll probably do it soon after inception date with before the first distribution. I'm still planning on getting about 15 shares in my brokerage account just so that I can get established and do my dividend wheels that I like to do. They did have another fund though that launched today. It is the YETH covered call strategy ETF. So it's Ethereum based. And so the reason why you would want to do this is because Ethereum is number 2 compared to Bitcoin. And you can see right here that it launched on 9/4/2024. So this I did not go in. I didn't buy into because 1, I'm not made out of money. 2, it doesn't fit into any of the strategies I have now. And there's a third reason. Because I do like Round Hill. I think this will do fine. It'll probably be a relatively high pair. So usually with high income ETFs that use cover call strategies, you get paid based off the implied volatility. And so this is Robinhood. And if you just go into the options, I don't think it matters too much but we'll just go to one of these. It has implied volatility right here. So it's at like 17.32%. And you go out way to the furthest one, and the implied volatility is 20.45%, which is why you get paid more if the implied volatility is more. So that's why these high income ETFs that are based off of the triple Qs, they pay around 20% because the implied volatility is also around 20%. And that's why QDTE was able to pay a 60% yield, was because there was a temporary spike that made the implied volatility also spike, and they were able to capture those premiums in QDTE, which is the 0-day expiration ETF. So let's go to BITO, which is ProShares Bitcoin strategy ETF, and go to their options. And the options for today, the implied volatility is 56%. So that's double. And if you go here, the implied volatility is 70%. Like there is some difference here. But if you go down to like January, it's still at like 44%, so double QQQ, 50%. So this is good. This is why the YBTC, I think it's YBTC that Round Hill offers, pays a higher, actually I haven't looked, but I'm pretty sure it does pay a pretty good amount. But let's look at ETH, which is the underlying. This is our, what is this doing? There is something wrong with this website. It keeps saying like it's not secure, but so it has the ETH as the underlying. So ETH, we go and we look at the trade options, and this is just for today. Oh yeah, I guess they're also at 67%. When I looked at it before, I was like, okay, so when I looked at it during the day today, BITO was at like 80%, and ETH was at like 40% volatility. So I was like, I don't know about that. So that was actually the other reason, was because and that's also a reason for getting into both. Roundhill has a YBTC. See, it keeps saying that it didn't do this before, but hey, it has a 46.5% distribution rate, which is great. So I think if you really want to get into cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is number 1, Ethereum is number 2, and just because they're so far, as far as I know, Ethereum and Bitcoin follow each other. So Bitcoin influences Ethereum. So when Bitcoin's up, Ethereum is up. And when Bitcoin's down, Ethereum is down. However, they can have different implied volatility. So maybe Ethereum one day or 1 week has more volatility than Bitcoin. So you might collect more premium from Ethereum on any given week versus Bitcoin. So I wouldn't get out of Bitcoin to get into the Ethereum, but if anything, use the distributions from YBTC and put like 10% into YETH. And because I do like Roundhill, and they're usually pretty good about NAV stability. Like, we can go to Google Finance and do FBTC. Actually, it should be BITO, shouldn't it? And then we'll compare it to so you can see over 1 day that it just, the cover calls, they smooth out the lines. And this also makes sense. Like, if it goes up too much, you get capped. You don't get as many high ups. It also kind of protects you on the way. Like, you collect premium on the way down. So you might be slightly better off. And then we can do ETH and see it is not perfectly the same, but it does follow the same pattern. So it's not like it's not an inverse, and it's not like if Bitcoin is having a bad day, you can rely on Ethereum to have a good day. It's just a bet on which one do you think will give you better premium in that given month. So I guess in the end, I don't know why the aftermarket, the implied volatility, did what it did, but I'm glad it did, because my first impression was like, okay, well, if the Ethereum is somewhere between the triple Q and the Bitcoin, if I'm going to do a crypto play, may as well do the highest IV one. But if Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to switch from week to week, which one has the most volatility, then yeah, I can see why people would want to be invested in both. And honestly, my brokerage account is like 70% from I sold Ethereum, because when I was researching it, I didn't know which to go into, Bitcoin or Ethereum. So I was like, you know what? I'll just invest half and half and see how it grows. And Bitcoin went up like 10% and Ethereum doubled. And so I was like, you know what? I need this money in order to close on my condo. So I will sell my Ethereum over the course of a few weeks. And then the buyers backed out and my condo is still on the market. So once again, I am not passing up a chance to complain about my stupid condo. But to get this rant back under control, RDTE, I'm disappointed in you. You should have launched today. Hopefully you launch tomorrow, and that way we have a full week and then get a distribution. Otherwise, I'll just keep an eye out and get it near inception date. I'm just so excited about RDTE. Ethereum, I thought it was a stupider investment than when I started making this video, so there's that. So why would you even do ETH? It's because there is more than one cryptocurrency in the world, and the implied volatility may be different than Bitcoin. So it depends on what contracts they use and if there will be any noticeable difference. So I'm still not coming in on this, not buying in, but it will be interesting over time to see, is this going to be like an XDTE, QDTE situation where one holds their NAV better and the other one has more distribution? I think they're both going to be NAV unstable, and it'll just be a toss-up which month has the better distribution. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. Did you invest in YETH, and do you have any plans to do so? I will talk to you later. Bye.